All right. Whoa. This camera's so good it actually caught the fly on it. So you guys could see. I'm not just making that up. Oh. This heaven made me not very good at injuring other creatures. It's probably a good thing. Well, I hope everybody's doing well today. What a world we woke up to today, huh? Boy, oh boy. Oh, and actually, I'm going to just do this because it will come in handy for me later. Me backslash Warland. I think that's how that would work. Any donations will be greatly appreciated. There we go. Wow. I'm going to use this computer from now on. Yeah, that's it. I've got to use this one and more often. Because now I have things set up so that I can. And I want to thank Jim for bringing up that. He's like, yeah, the other day it was much better. And I was like, yeah, I was using the machine I usually use for gaming. And then it just hit me. I'm like, just use the machine you use for gaming. You're not gaming all the time. It's not going to destroy it. So we are at chapter 22 of the book of Job. And I'm going to just lower this down just one more tick. There we go. Yeah, that's a bit more. Okay. And hopefully volume and everything's okay. So here we go. Chapter 22. Eliphaz the Temanite said in reply, can a man be of use to God, a wise man benefit him? Does Shaddai gain if you are righteous? Does he profit if your conduct is blameless? Is it because of your piety that he arraigns you and enters into judgment with you? You know that your wickedness is great and that your iniquities have no limit. The exact pledges from your fellows without reason and leave them naked, stripped of their clothes. You do not give the thirsty water to drink. You deny bread to the hungry. The land belongs to the strong, the privileged occupy it. And you have sent away widows empty-handed. The strength of the fatherless is broken. Therefore snares are all around you, and sudden terrors frighten you, or darkness so you cannot see. A flood of waters covers you. God is in the heavenly heights. See the highest stars, how lofty. You say, what can God know? Can he govern through the dense cloud? The clouds screen him so he cannot see as he moves about the circuit of heaven. Have you observed the immemorial path that evil men have trodden? How they were shriveled up before their time, and their foundation poured out like a river. They said to God, leave us alone. What can Shaddai do about it? But it was he who filled their houses with good things. The thoughts of the wicked are beyond me. The righteous, seeing it, rejoiced. The innocent laughed with scorn. Surely their substance was destroyed and their remnant consumed by fire. Be close to him, and wholeheartedly good things will come to you thereby. Accept his instruction from his mouth. Lay up his words in your heart. If you return to Shaddai, you will be restored. If you banish iniquity from your tent, if you regard treasure as dirt, Ophir, stones of the wadi, and Shaddai be your treasure and precious silver for you. When you seek the favor of Shaddai and lift up your face to God, you will pray to him, and he will listen to you, and you will pay your vows. You will decree, and it will be fulfilled, and light will shine upon your affairs. When others sink low, you will say it is pride, for he saves the humble. He will deliver the guilty. He will be delivered through the cleanness of your hands. Chapter 23. Job said in reply, Today again, my complaint is bitter. My strength is spent on account of my groaning. Would that I knew how to preach to him, how to get to his dwelling place. I would set out my case before with garments. I would learn what answer and know how he would reply to me. Would he contend with me overbearingly? Surely he would not accuse me. There the upright would be cleared by him, and I would escape forever from my judge. But if I go east, he is not there. West, I still do not perceive him. North, he is concealed. I do not behold him. South, he is hidden, and I cannot see him. But he knows the way I take. Would he assay me? I should emerge pure as gold. I have followed in his tracks, kept his way without swerving. I have not deviated from what his lips commanded. I have treasured his words more than my daily bread. He is one who can dissuade him. Whatever he desires, he does, for he will bring my term to an end. But he has many more such at his disposal. Therefore, I am terrified at his presence. When I consider, I dread him. God has made me faint-hearted. Shaddai has terrified me. Yet I am not cut off by the darkness. He has concealed the thick gloom from me. Chapter 24. Why are times for judgment not reserved by Shaddai? Even those close to him cannot foresee his actions. People remove boundary stones. They carry off flocks and pasture them. They lead away the donkeys of the fatherless and seize the widow's bull as a pledge. They chase the needy off the roads. All the poor of the land are forced into hiding. Like the wild asses of the wilderness, they go about their tasks, seeking food. The wilderness provides each with food for his lads. They harvest fodder in the fields. They glean the late grapes in the vineyards of the wicked. They pass the night naked for lack of clothing. They have no covering against the cold. They are drenched by the mountain rains and huddled against the rock for lack of shelter. They snatch the fatherless infant from the breast and seize the child of the poor as a pledge. They go about naked for lack of clothing, and hungry carry sheaves. Between rows of olive trees they make oil, and thirsty they tread the wine presses. Men groan in the city. The soul of the dying cry out, yet God does not regard it as a reproach. They are rebels against the light. They are strangers to its ways, and do not stay in its path. The murderer arises in the evening to kill the poor and needy, and at night he acts the thief. The eyes of the adulterer watch for twilight, thinking, no one will glimpse me then. He masks his face. In the dark they break into houses. By day they shut themselves in. They do not know the light. For all of them, morning is darkness. It is then that they discern the terror of darkness. May they be flotsam on the face of the water. May their portion in the land be cursed. May none turn aside by way of their vineyards. May drought and heat snatch away their snow waters, and Sheol those who have sinned. May the womb forget him, and may he be sweet to the worms. May he be no longer remembered. May wrongdoers be broken like a tree. May he consort with a barren woman who bears no child. Leave his widow deprived of good. Though he has the strength to seize bulls, may he live with no assurance of survival. Oh my gosh, what's messing with me? And still. Okay. Yet God gives him the security on which he relies, and keeps watch over his affairs. Exalted for a while, let them be gone. Be brought low and shrivel like mallows, and wither like the heads of grain. Surely no one can confute me or prove that I am wrong. Chapter 25. Bildad the Shuhite said in reply, dominion and dread are his. Shine. How can man be in the right before God? How can one born of woman be cleared of guilt? Even the moon is not bright, and the stars are not pure in his sight. The worm, the son of man, a maggot. Chapter 26. Then Job said in reply, I would help without having the strength, or you would help without having the strength. You would deliver with arms that have no power. Without having wisdom, you offer advice and freely give your counsel. To whom have you addressed words? Whose breath issued from you? The shades tremble beneath the waters and their denizens. Sheol is naked before him. Abaddon has no cover. He it is who stretched out Zaphon over chaos, who suspended earth over emptiness. He wrapped up the waters in his clouds, if no cloud burst under their weight. He shuts off the view of his throne, spreading his cloud over it. He drew a boundary on the surface of the waters at the extreme where light and darkness meet. The pillars of heaven tremble. Astounded at his blast, by his power he stilled the sea. By his skill he struck down Rahab. By his wind the heavens were calmed. His hand pierced the elusive serpent. These are but glimpses of his rule, the mere whisper that we perceive of him. Who can absorb the thunder of his mighty deeds? Chapter 27. Job again took up his theme and said, By God who has deprived me of justice, by Shaddai who has embittered my life, as long as there is life in me, and God's breath is in my nostrils, my lips will speak no wrong, nor my tongue utter deceit. Far be it from me to say you are right. Until I die, I will maintain my integrity. I persist in my righteousness and will not yield. I shall be free of reproach as long as I live. May my enemy be as the wicked, my assailant as the wrongdoer. For what hope has the impious man when he is cut down? When God takes away his life, will God hear his cry? When troubles come upon him, when he seeks the favor of Shaddai, calls upon God at all times? I will teach you what is in God's power, and what is with Shaddai will not conceal. All of you have seen it. Why talk nonsense? This is the evil man's portion from God, the lot that the ruthless receive from Shaddai. Should he have many sons, they are marked for the sword. His descendants will never have their fill of bread. Those who survive him will be buried in a plague, and their widows will not weep. Should he pile up silver like dust, lay upon clothing like dirt, he may lay it up, but the righteous will wear it, and the innocent will share the silver. The house he built is like a bird's nest, like the booth a watchman makes. He lies down, a rich man, with his wealth intact. When he opens his eyes, it is gone. Terror overtakes him like a flood. A storm wind takes off with him by night. The east wind carries him far away, and he is gone. It sweeps him from his palace. Then it hurls itself at him without mercy. He tries to escape from its force. It claps its hands at him and whistles at him from its place. And tomorrow night, start at chapter 28. Job goes on. It's quite the soliloquy, apparently, that goes on from there. Hey, Patriot. Hello, Jim. Let's see all. Hey, Chad. All right. Baggins. JP. Thank you very much. JP, I hope things are good with you. I hope you're not in Sydney. It is Sydney that is the main place where they have troops telling people, like, why are you in somebody's house? Why are you seeing your mom? And Baggins, New Zealand. Oh man, yeah. I hope things. I feel for you guys. I really feel for you guys. Australasia and that region, I just don't understand because you have such tough people there. And then there's just this seems to some endless bunch of, well, okay, that's good to hear. Yeah. And everybody, make sure, pray for others, because you never know what's going to happen. One of the things I saw is a preacher who had done all this work to do conversions in Afghanistan is just devastated. He knows churches will be burnt, and a lot of those people he converted killed. And yeah, and so in the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, let's do what good we can. I know probably everybody was giggling a bit about how that protest in LA went. The communists really, really are not very liked. The anarchist, syndicalist, commie bastards. But yeah, it's tough. It seems that we are having the rewards that should fall upon villains. So it only means we have to be magnanimous and achieve greater and greater good as much as we can. I swear this fly wasn't around all day, and now it's no. See, and every minute that I'm ready, like I'm like, haha, and then it like hides someplace. See, those villains. See, they menace you and then they hide. Why does God hide the evil fly? Why does He keep him out of my grasp? That's how tough my life really is right now. Okay, so I will talk to you all tomorrow, God willing. Everybody take care of yourselves. Take care of your kith and kin. Be good people. And remember, got the Discord link in here. Jim, I'm starting to use the better computer. And it's significantly better. And so I made sure to do some things. So all those notes are on this. And actually, I got to thank you, because it made me start using the more recent version of Word. And because I use more recent version of Word, I'm like looking and I'm like, wait, where's all the stuff why is it not where I remember it? And then I'm looking around, I'm like, oh, they made it different, but a little bit easier to use and a little bit more like a normal interface from the internet. So I got to thank you. I got to thank you. So I know, yes, gold-plated problems. I know, right? Yeah. My first world problems. I have one fly menacing me. Yes. All right. Well, take care, everybody.